My name is Costas Georgiou, and I live in London since 1965.
Lovely. Thank you, Costas. And where were you born?
I was born in a small village called Vasili, island called Cyprus, in the Mediterranean.
And when did you come to the UK?
I came to the UK on the 8th of August 1965.
And how old were you?
17 years old at the time.
Gosh, a young man to come
Young
on your
man
own.
with plenty of hair.
That's lovely. Where did you first live when you came to the UK?
I lived in Boundary Road at Terpac Lane,
Gosh.
110 Boundary Road.
How did you get that first place to live? Did you just...
No, I came into England to do a little bit of studies, do GCSE and do ordinary diploma engineering. So my idea was to come and study here. That's how I started originally. But at the same time, I was working at the weekends to make a little bit of money like everybody else. It was no claim that time. If you are coming from abroad, you have to work. And I'm glad I did work.
So what did you work at the weekend?
At the restaurants. Most of the time I was at the restaurants. And sometimes I used to work as a bodyguard in one or two clubs, because I had the body. Not now, now I got the belly. I left and I went back to Cyprus in 1974. It was an invasion by Turkey. Being a British citizen, I come back to England at Swindon Airport with £15. And I work ever since.
What did you do after you left college, Costas?
Now, after I left college, I worked for a year part-time teaching at the Bourke College of Technology. But teaching, it was not for me. And then I moved on and I became a setter engineer at Metabox in Poole. It's a factory in Poole. Then when I got engaged and married, I've been transferred to Metabox on the North Circular in Palmer's Green. And there I became a chairman of the union there. I got involved with the union, and it seems that chairmanship seems to be carried along. Even when I was a student at the Eastbourne College, I was a chairman of the student union. The first time a foreigner became a chairman, and I couldn't understand it. It started as a joke.
But it's obviously your role in life, really, to be in charge of things.
Well, in Brighton I was told my luck, and he said, somehow, you'll be some kind of a leader, but I don't know how successful, but you always bang on the door. She told me at the Brighton Pier, and it follows through me up to now.
That's lovely. So why did you leave Metalbox?
Well, I left Metalbox because what happened, you know how the taxing here, anything you do, the government takes its national insurance and the tax, whatever is left is for you. And we got a mortgage. I lived in Bedford Gardens, and when you balance the money with the wife, it wasn't much left over. I had a single Vogue, rusty one, I kept patching up for years, so I thought it was time to start my own business. Actually, I went to buy the high-class shoe repair, what is now Aroma Patisserie. It was mine. And I went there to do car accessories. But when I wanted 40,000 to start, I said to the gentleman, it took such a long time to do the exchange on the lease. He said, how much stock do you want for being a shoe repairer? He says to me, £1,000. I said, £1,000? He says, I'm going to become a shoe repairer. How can he say you become a shoe repairer? From a teacher to engineer and now a shoe repairer. And I did. He gave me a chance. He said, do this, do that. And he said, yeah, you do know it. You must have been a shoe repairer in the village. I said, no. That's how we started, and that's how I went. I left, and my wife and we worked hard together, long hours. I used to work from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 at night. Myself and my wife, when we had the kids, she used to finish at 5 to go and take the kids home. Hard work, it was nothing in my dictionary saying claim money. And I think everybody should do the same now.
And how did your businesses progress after that?
Actually, because I was a technical minded, I managed to do very well. I was doing leather goods, key cutting, importing different items, and stay there for 19 years.
So you worked very hard in the shoe repair business.
Yes.
So amazing to have turned yourself into a
Save
shoe
money.
repair and to save money. And then what did you do as you got, as it all went well?
My mother-in-law, to be honest with you, she helped us a little bit with the deposits. So I was looking to buy a property to invest a little bit of money I saved, whatever they help us, my father and mother-in-law. So I started buying dilapidated properties with no tenants in there at all. So we went in there in night time and we used to take the floorboards, take the paper off, decorate them, rewire and plumbing it. And I started doing one at a time, and that's how I managed to bring it to my standards. So I stopped working early than I should do, but I'm always working in reality, but not so hard anymore. Because really you burn out when you're working 12, 14 hours a day. You reach a stage where the hands don't go anymore. That's how I managed to get into property. Then we let the shop to a butcher. He couldn't pay the rents because he was always playing golf, the gentleman. And he says to me, here is the keys to your shop, keep the refrigerators. So I took the keys and my wife persuaded me to, it was November, to open up a butcher shop, hanging a couple of turkeys in the window and some chickens. Then I'd done 5 years of butchering, going to Smithfield every other day, getting meat and bringing it here and selling it. I had one person helping me out. Meantime, I learned to manufacture sausages, Greek sausages and English sausages. You had to use the meat, otherwise you would go off. So we used it in various ways.
Oh, that's amazing. So you could turn your hand to almost anything, can't
I've done
you?
a lot of things.
From engineering
a lot of things.
to shoe repairs. And how did you become involved in the Green Lane Business Association?
In 1992, when the Conservatives were in power then, the Morris, I think is a gentleman name, the Minister of Environment, he decided he wanted to put a red route from the centre of London, Stormington, going up to Enfield. So it was an excitement. We stopped work and we got together, we had a meeting and we formed the Green Lanes Business Association. At that time the local MP was Portillo actually, here. We collected 12,000 signatures in newspapers, articles, campaigns, and we took it to the MP Portillo. At the beginning he was not listening. So I had to thump the table a bit. I said, look, we've got 12,000 signatures. Where are the people are going to park to come into our shops? Could you just simply explain that? He said, Costas, I'm listening to you. I will write to cabinet member, whoever it was, and I will give you the answer back. And we managed to stop the red route.
Goodness, yes, so that's down to you.
And we stayed then. No, everybody. It was a collection, everybody. But everybody knocked on doors and everybody tried. 12,000 signatures we collected.
Amazing.
And we stopped that.
What's been your role in the Green Lane Business Association?
I was always very active, and my wife also, but mainly me. We've been established for 22 years now. I think for 19 years I'm a chairman. So I think I'm trying to pass it on to somebody, but we haven't got anybody with oomph to take it on, you know.
What are you doing currently with the association? Because that's quite an important thing.
The association, we need to keep an eye out for keeping the town centre clean. If it's not clean, we give them hell at the council. If we see a lot of unsociable behaviour, we moan and groan. The safer neighbourhoods, it was come about because we exert a lot of pressure to the commission. They formed the safer neighbourhoods policing in the area. Now the commission are changing now, and it's only 3 places there is police now: Enfield, Southgate and Edmonton, and everything is done by them. Over the last, I would say, you could hardly see a policeman in the road these days. We clock them around, and it is very bad because we got a lot of empty bottles, drinking it takes place in our streets, windows are getting smashed. It was really a very nice place, very well controlled. But we're losing the side of the police officer. They need to come back on the walk and beat and observe and advise. That is what we need to do now. And currently we're involved with putting a landmark at the triangle called the Tower Clock. It will be made not from bricks but from metal. It's a 3-phase clock. It's going through planning application now. We've been advised everything is ready now, and it will go through. So soon, hopefully by May, it should be standing at the triangle. And the toilets, we managed to cover them over because they were not used for 20 years now, I don't know, that sort of thing. So we're getting the area clean. We got a little bit of grant of £9,000 to do the planters at the triangle and do something on the triangle. Of course, Palmer's Green has been neglected, to my opinion. All the other town centres, they spend a lot of money on it. Enfield, Southgate, Cockfosters, Edmonton, millions they spend. So it is Palmer's Green's turn to really do it up now. Some of the pavements, they are moving by an inch. It is bad, actually. So hopefully I'm getting them done, but in its patience.
And you were talking about the cycle route.
Now, the council has been successful, and the Aragon is very good. We need to share space, and I understand that. But what we got green lane starting from Enfield Town, and it goes all the way to Stone Newington. They definitely, we've been talking to Liam Maroney. One side of the parking would disappear, but it would not be comfortable the way the two cycles will work. So eventually, when at the final plans, of course they're going to consult, they say, but they need 2 lanes. If you put 2 lanes, 85, I'm talking now from Hedge Lane to Broomfield Lane by the library, 85 parking spaces will disappear. Now, where are they going to go, those cars? Or where are the customers are coming to stop and do shopping at the neighborhood? Instead, we are pushing them always to Morrison, Sainsbury's and Asda. And people, they say they want to cycle. Well, there is a parallel road to green lanes they can use. Nobody is stopping anybody. And there is currently on the A10 a massive cycle lanes on the pavement. We looked at that, and there's hardly anybody on them. Comfortable they are, no problems, they're not using it as much. Now Boris or the council, in their wisdom, they said they want to spend X amount of money in Palmer's Green, and the rest will be spent over in Edmonton. Enfield Town will be pedestrianised. Massive problem. You'll be 1 bus lane, 2 cycle lanes, and the rest pedestrianised. So it's a massive problem all along in Enfield. So we are calling a meeting to discuss this and make everybody aware. It's not everything so nice. Like they say, we want the highway engineers to tell us. He said you could use the side roads. Have you asked the residents? How do they? Is it an empty space? As soon as it becomes empty, a car comes there. So there is no consultation, and there is nothing to justify 2 cycle lanes up and down green lanes, which will kill, I reckon, the town centre. We got 12 betting officers now. To me, it is absolutely negative into the town centre. But they changed the law. It does not come under planning anymore. If it's got A2 and A3, automatically you could turn it into a gambling place. Or some kind of, electronically now they use roulette and etc. I don't go in there, I don't know exactly what they're doing, but I know they have 12 units on our core retail center, which it kills our center, to my opinion, but it's not a lot we as ordinary business or ordinary people in the area can't do. You need to change the law, and it requires the government.
Briefly, what would you say you would like to see in Palmer's Green?
I would like to see some kind of furniture, you know, put along strategically, not too many. And we like to see one good sign. For 20 years, I'm campaigning to put 3 signs telling the people where is the car park in Palmer's Green.
Oh, yes.
They put one up and they put the arrow facing the wrong way in Devonshire Road instead of facing that way. It took me a year to get it turned around the right way. That's how quick sometimes we have to work fast and emails and talking. Yes, it's okay, don't worry. But you still worry because people drive on. There is no parking. So I don't know how it will become. The other thing, the clock will be a nice landmark. And that area, I think I like it to be improved. Landscape, all right. But it's been a triangle since for 114 years. We like the triangle to remain there in some sort of format. And plus rearrange with other stuff and proper stuff there.
Thank you, Costas.